Hello, and this is Lori Broccoloni from HappyNaturalHorse.com. I just wanted to tell you and show you the natural feeding program that I have learned that's helped my horses stay healthy and sound. Basically, horses are forage animals. Everybody knows that. They're desert animals, so they're used to roaming and eating off whatever mineral beds, whatever forage they can find to keep themselves healthy. So what I'm about to teach you and show you is my feeding protocol. So basically I use the Stanley hay pellets from Stanley. This is the Timothy grass hay pellets, and they're just basically hay pellets, okay? And then what I do is I take 2 cups of the pellets and I put it in a bucket. And it shows like that. Now I put water in here. And what you got to do is you have to pour water over the hay pellets and cover them, and then wait about 15 minutes. And what you'll see is the hay, and it's all crumbled up. And that way the horse doesn't choke on it, and he gets the benefit of hay. This is pretty good hay. It hasn't been processed, it hasn't been heated. It's got about 60% to 70% enzyme activities, as horses need enzymes in order to digest anything in their gut. If they don't have the enzyme, they're not digesting. The gut, it'll just completely go right out of the gut. And then what I do is I add a product called Big Sky Minerals. And these are minerals that I found from the beds of the wild horses. And these are the best minerals that I can find on the market that actually get into the horse's bloodstream, that actually the horse can absorb at 100% in the bloodstream. We've had phenomenal results with this program. It's very inexpensive, and it keeps your horse balanced with chelated minerals. It has over 70 chelated minerals. Now let's say your horse has plenty of copper, and there is copper in this mineral Big Sky. The way this mineral is designed, it's not going to throw in more copper if your horse is already balanced in copper. What's going to happen is the horse will recognize, oh, I have too much copper, I don't need the copper from Big Sky, and he'll just throw it out. But the other thing that he might be deficient in is maybe, let's say, calcium or phosphorus. So then, the way that it's formulated, it all comes together, and then the phosphorus will go ahead and fill in that part. So you're not really wasting your money. It's very inexpensive, and it does most of the minerals that Andy puts in his Big Sky, he does get from the beds of the wild horses, from the mines out there. It also has 3 parasite natural control substances in the Big Sky minerals, and this is what they look like. It's just a powdery form. And I add about 2 ounces on top of their feed so that you can see it. And then I also put out 3 choice Redmond salt. You never force feed salt to a horse. Okay, so then after that, this is already filled with water. What I do is, in the winter and the summertime, I will add, most of the time I like to give them apple cider vinegar. This helps clear their joints. It helps with digestion. And I fill a gallon of apple cider, natural apple cider vinegar that hasn't been processed, that has the mother in it. And I'll fill about a gallon jug halfway of apple cider vinegar, and then I'll fill the rest with water. And then I put about a half a cup of apple cider vinegar over their feed. And I do this because it gives them something, instead of having a bland hay pellets. Now I do add black oiled sunflower seeds. Black oiled sunflower seeds have natural vitamin E in it. It also helps with the fat. It has a lot of folic acid. Horses' coats shine on it, so you don't have to give corn oil or any other oils because it has a natural oil in it. And I add about a quarter of a cup of black oiled sunflower seeds to my hay pellets. I also add barley and sometimes whole oats and cracked corn when the temperature gets below 20. I usually do this at nighttime, and this keeps them warm through the night. They also have a round bale, access to a round bale 24/7. So, and then they're out all the time. They have shelter, and they go in the shelter when they need to. Also, if you're having problems digesting with this, well, you won't have problems digesting with this program, but let's say you don't want to go with the hay pellets and you want to stay with your commercial feed, and that's fine. You can still add the Big Sky minerals, because the good news is there's also a toxin removal. a heavy metal toxin removal in this. And what it'll do is it'll pick up the toxins that maybe are in your commercial feed, because they have to add preservatives in your commercial feed, and that's a toxin. They also get toxins from the environment. You know, there's a lot of mercury on the ground. Their noses are on the ground. So what we do is the Big Sky mineral, you can add that to your commercial feed, and it'll pick up whatever the body doesn't need and just poop it right out. We also add, in the wintertime, horses go dormant, I also add High-Track. It's a natural probiotic, liquid probiotic. It works immediately, especially when your horse is colicking, and we're going to get into that later in the series. Prevention solution results. So, High-Track is a natural probiotic. You only need a ½ ounce, not even that much. And in the wintertime, I do add just a couple dropperfuls on top of the feed. And that's it. Apple cider vinegar, a ½ cup, black oil sunflower seeds. If you want, you can add only a very small, like a ½ cup of barley, ½ cup of cracked corn, and a ½ cup of whole oats. Whole oats need to be given to horses because they need to grind the oats. They need to grind the whole seeds in order to digest it. Once they bite into that, then the enzymes come out and help, and the saliva from biting into that seed and those oats, whole oats, gives them the nutrients they need to balance their body. And I always ask people, you know, if they don't, you don't have to believe me. If you put your horse on this program and you give your horse 3 months and you don't see a difference, please go back to doing what you're doing. But I've never had anybody go off and they've saved tons of money, especially with barns of 20 or more horses. I have big trainers that follow my program, Carolyn Ryder. I have Betsy Ayers of Tom Betts the Farm. I have a place up in Northern Maryland. They follow my program too, and they write me and they tell me how much money they've saved on their feeding program. So this is my feeding program. Now I have a watermelon here. This is their treat. Watermelon's very good, especially the rind for the horses. And this is just a treat. I just throw it out in the field and bust it up, and they eat it as a treat. I also give apples and I give carrots. So watermelon's really good. It cleans their kidneys. It's very good. So if you have any questions, you can go to www.happynaturalhorse.com. Good day.